John Edwards up a slight bit to 16%, and Bill Richardson, well, he's lost a tiny bit. He was at 12% and now showing at 7% in New Hampshire. Now, back to the front runners, to Clinton and Obama in that state. This is big news because Senator Clinton has been relying on New Hampshire to make her a winner. You'll recall back in 1992 when her husband was running for president, he didn't really compete in Iowa, but it was New Hampshire that made him the comeback kid. He won then, and that went on to give him the White House. And Senator Clinton was hoping that historic tie there and her support and organization would really put her over in New Hampshire, even if she shouldn't get Iowa. So the fact that she is in a tightening race there cannot be good news for that campaign. Of course, as we've been reporting for some time now, the race here where I am in Iowa is also a dead heat among Clinton, Obama, and Edwards. So what happens in the next few weeks here and in this debate tomorrow really could make all the difference, not just for these immediate short-term early voting states, but even for the nomination. Heidi?
Yeah, it certainly could. All right, everybody's going to be watching, hopefully. Jessica Yellen, thank you. All right, let's talk a little bit more about when you can catch these debates. Just a reminder here, this afternoon, the Republicans will be facing off from Iowa live, 2 to 4 Eastern. And tomorrow, it will be the Democrats' turn. Again, live, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern. You can see them both right here on CNN, home of the best political team on television. And if you want the most up-to-the-minute political news anywhere available, check out CNNPolitics.com, the Internet's premier destination for political news. CNNPolitics.com.
Identifying baseball's so-called cheaters, former Senator George Mitchell's report on who he is or was on steroids. New developments just in on the story. It is set to be released at a news conference tomorrow afternoon, the time to East. But does anybody still care? Here's CNN Roth.
George Mitchell has won praise for taking on some of the toughest jobs in the world, the Middle East and Northern Ireland.
We call upon the parties to implement an immediate and unconditional cessation of violence.
Mitchell's latest Mission Impossible, investigating performance-enhancing drug use in the sport associated with mom and apple pie in America. Some players and fans feel Mitchell is in the wrong game this time.
I think the Mitchell guy should mind his own business.
Despite infamous drug cases in other sports, it's baseball that's been under the microscope.
Baseball has always been held to a higher standard than any of the other major sports and just about any other industry in the United States. It's seen as this sort of petri dish of virtue.
Baseball's image, though, has been whacked by suspicions of widespread steroid use, players bulking up to hit and pitch better. Mark McGwire, who broke the single-season home run record in 1998, discussed the issue before Congress in 2005. But when asked if he had ever used steroids, the slugger struck out, refusing to answer.
I'm not here to discuss the past. I'm here to be positive about this.
Bonds one home run away from history.
San Francisco outfielder Barry Bonds, who broke McGwire's single-season home run record and is now the game's all-time home run leader, has been dogged by allegations of steroids use for years and has been the lightning rod for the steroid debate. In 2003, Bonds testified before a federal grand jury that he never knowingly used steroids. The government believes he lied and recently indicted him on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice. He pleaded not guilty. Major League Baseball claims it has the strictest drug testing program in American sports, but it took pressure from Congress to get it there. And some believe the sport ignored the problem because fans like to see home runs. Now some fans are angry.
I think people should have done something about it a long time ago, not wait 30 years. And now it's a bigger problem.
It's disgusting. They're role models. Kids look up to them. I think they should be thrown out the game.
Still, fans stormed the gates, setting revenue and attendance records this year. And with so many other steroid scandals involving Olympic athletes like Marion Jones and cyclist Floyd Landis, there's a sense in America now of doping fatigue.
I think that the baseball world in many ways has moved on, and it's taken so long for this to come to light that people have lost interest.
Mitchell's investigation took more than 20 months and 2 full seasons of play to complete. Its conclusions will determine if America is truly still interested and if the national pastime is finally ready to move forward and leave its so-called steroids era behind. Richard Roth, CNN, New York.
A huge fan of Hannah Montana scammed tickets. The Good Samaritan to the rescue.
Since last year, cost and coverage